Today I'm going to take you with me to explore some places that are a few minutes outside of downtown Pittsburgh. The first place I went to was a thrift store in the Sharpsburg area called Second Harvest, and I really love that they always have really cool vintage art pieces, little statues, vintage tableware. They also had an old classic book, which, if you've seen the second season of Haunting of Hill House, this is one of the novels that it was based off of. I don't want this to be a perfectly polished vlog because my life is not perfectly polished, not by a mile. I just want to have fun with it, and yeah. Anyways, just a little heads up. Side note, there's a small mark on my forehead. It's because I impulsively cut my bangs at like 3 a.m. a few days ago after seeing a Pinterest post of someone that had curtain bangs, and then I really wanted curtain bangs, and then I was trying to curl these little strands in the front, and I accidentally burned myself with my curling iron. So that is what that is. I just got back from the thrift store and I got a pair of shoes. I got these, and they were originally supposed to be $8, but they were like half off, so I got these for $4. Also, my bestie Marshall and I are going to a protest in DC this Friday, and I just really wanted reliable walking shoes because we're going to be doing a lot of walking. After my trip out, I decided to just stay in and study, so here's me studying for my differential equations class. I also have that crystal that you see there on my desk, which is actually fluorite, and I got it from Crystal River Gems, if you saw one of my previous videos where I went crystal shopping. And it's supposed to help with focus, particularly when studying, so obviously I put it on my desk because I get distracted very easily. And this is just a little time lapse of the notes that I'm taking, and after I take this course, if I pass it this summer, fingers crossed, I can take quantum physics next year, and I'm hoping to study nanotechnology as one of my specialties when I graduate. So yeah, I'm hoping that learning more about differential equations will help me to understand a lot more about that course. Yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but you get my point. Also, kind of touching upon the DC thing, I learned a lot on that trip, and I won't go into specifics now, but I plan on having an entirely separate video on my trip. But okay, admitting that was a tangent, here's just more videos of me studying, and yeah, on to the next day. Just waiting for the bus. My plan is to possibly go cafe hopping today while I study, because I have a lot of online homework and written homework for differential equations. I'm gonna go to this coffee shop called Café d'Amour, just putting out the main character vibes. But basically, one of the best ways to stay motivated studying is by romanticizing it, which is what I'm trying to do. I really just need to get out of the apartment. So yeah, I don't know if I'll just go to one coffee shop or multiple, but that's where I'm headed to. If I look sweaty, it's because some of it's sweat and some of it is sunscreen, because it's like 90 something degrees outside right now, so yeah.
I was like laying there and I just like looked at this guy and he was like asleep, and I literally thought in my mind like I could literally stay here forever. And that was probably like,
I was vibing a little too hard to Harry Styles on the bus and I missed my stop, but thankfully I only missed it by like 1 block, so now I'm headed over to the coffee shop. That warehouse in the back was where Art All Night was held a few years ago, and my friends and I actually performed there. Did finally get to the coffee shop, but they only have outdoor seating, which is fair, but it's also really hot outside, so I'm going to the next one on my list, which is the Inkwell Coffee Shop. And on to the next one. The next coffee shop I had on my list is called Inkwell Coffee Shop, and it was actually only a few blocks from Café d'Amour, which I'm thankful for because it was like 90 degrees outside. of working, I packed up and headed to the next coffee shop, which is the Abbey. It's also right across from Allegheny Cemetery, so it definitely has a kind of gothic vibe. It's supposed to be modeled after restaurants in New Orleans, and a lot of the architecture, like the fountain and parts of the building, are taken from old places in Pittsburgh that no longer exist. Apparently, every piece in the store has a story, and you can ask the staff about it. So there's a coffee shop, a restaurant, and a bar. I went to the coffee shop, obviously, and I just thought that the theming they had was really cool, and I also got a horchata latte, which was a bit strong for me, but it was still really delicious. Yeah. The entire place had a really vintage feel, and if I could pick one word to describe it, I would say immersive. I kind of felt like a college student who was studying abroad for a moment there, just because it looks so unlike most of the restaurants and coffee places in Pittsburgh. That was the last coffee place I went to, but I decided to stop by Wildcard before I went back to my apartment. This was my first time visiting, but I've been back since. They sell a lot of really cool greeting cards and art from local artists, and a ton of Pittsburgh memorabilia. If you remember the sinkhole bus, they had a few magnets and stickers with pictures of the bus being taken out of the street, so yeah, I highly recommend you go there. I also passed by Allegheny Cemetery on the way back to my bus stop, and you could actually hear some of the bells tolling in the background, which was kind of creepy, really cool. Yeah, I just got back from cafe hopping. I say cafe hopping, but I went to literally 2 cafes, but that's okay, quality over quantity. Also, it was 90 something degrees out, and it was boiling. Like, I felt like I was just a sweat sponge by the end of it, which is disgusting, but it's true. Yeah, getting back was a little bit of a challenge because I couldn't find the bus stop. You know how when you read something really quickly, sometimes your brain just autofills whatever word it was? Yeah, so I was looking for my bus stop, and it's near, so basically the Allegheny Cemetery is in Laurenceville, and I was looking for my bus stop, and it said like it was near the cemetery, so I just quickly read the directions, and I was like, okay, walk like 3 blocks forward, and then I'll be at the something something creamery. So I go there, and I'm looking for like an ice cream shop, because I'm like, all I see is the entrance to the Allegheny Cemetery. On Google Maps, it did not say creamery, it said crematorium, or crematory. It did not say creamery, it said crematory. And I just kind of looked at it, and I was like, that makes more sense that they would have a cremation building in the cemetery and not an ice cream parlor, not a creamery. Anyway, yeah, got on the bus eventually, so there's that. So this isn't really, it's like a little mini haul. I only got 2 things, but yeah, that really cute like stationery and Pittsburgh themed gift place that I went to, Wildcard. I will show you what I got from them. So I got myself this little card. It was on sale for $2.50, and here's, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I bought myself a card because I'm currently going through a breakup, and it's a lot. Yeah, this is your sign to buy yourself a card if you're feeling down, or if you just feel like you want one. You deserve one. Yeah, the second thing that I got was this little pen. I guess it's supposed to last for at least 7 years, and they had a bunch of designs with different sayings on it and stuff, and they sold little refillable cartridges. This one says, fuck it. And the reason behind it is because whenever I'm doing homework, and I usually, like, I have a little scratch pad and a pen that I'm working with, this is one of the things that I tell myself before I really, like, put my little blinders on and focus on homework for a really long time. It's just like, screw it, I'm gonna do my best, and my best is all that I can do. Yeah, so I got that as a little motivational saying pen. So basically, there are a ton of cute cafes, restaurants, small businesses in Laurenceville, and I'm definitely gonna explore there more during the summer. But also, just like, it's a really cute neighborhood. The people all seem very friendly, and it's definitely one of the places I am considering finding an apartment in after college. Right now, I have no idea what the future's gonna hold. That's okay. Basically, right now, I am living in my little Airbnb apartment. Then I'll be living on campus for the rest of the year. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it for this vlog. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time.